Hi, my lovely humans. So today we have another Pickacard with what are you manifesting? And we have three piles. This is pile 1, 22, Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. This is pile 2, 18, Eyes of the Eagle, Rising Above the Fray. And this is pile 3, 24, Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. So take your time, go to whatever pile you feel intuitively called to. And the links to the piles will be in my description box. And I will give you guys a few seconds and then we'll get started. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So for today's Pick a Card, we are doing What Are You Manifesting? Your card you picked is 22, Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. And I also gathered a lot of other oracle cards. You have 58, Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation. 26, Gathering Around, the Power of Community. 47, Sky Bridge, Possibility for Union. 48, Sky Dancer, Surrender. 27, Release, Waning Crescent 4. 25, Waning Crescent 3, Resistance. 17, Waning Gibbous 1, Self-Reflection. 44, Supermoon, Attraction. 20, Waning Gibbous 4, Beauty. So when I tapped into your guys' energy, I felt like you may be transmuting a lot of anxiety right now. I just felt so much anxiety. You may be having like a lot of thoughts that are happening to you right now. You may feel like there's a lot of mental chatter. And what I feel for part of what you're manifesting, there's a lot of things you're manifesting right now. Part of what you're manifesting is the release of this anxiety. You're also releasing any resistance to your growth, because there was this release and then came the resistance card. And there's butterflies and birds in these ones, and that looks like a butterfly to me. But what I see for what you're releasing is like when you release the resistance to grow in some way, you are transforming. And so what I feel like part of what you're manifesting is the ability to transmute anxiety and transmute pain, but also the ability to release the resistance of where you are being called to next. Because I feel like whatever's going on with this pile, I feel like you are being called to something greater than you might have. It might be very uncomfortable for your ego, which is, I think we have the ego sublimation card. And I think that, so you're releasing the resistance to grow into something where you might not be totally comfortable. And that can be very scary. I think whatever you're being called to step into next probably scares your ego quite a bit, but your soul and your higher self, I feel, are pulling you towards that. And then I feel like a lot of this also is coming through self-reflection and looking at yourself in the mirror and going deep into your thoughts, your patterns, your belief systems. You may be clearing a lot of beliefs that have not served you in the past. And I just see like a major breaking down of you with layers, major breaking down of you to get to the core of who you are. And again, that can be painful. And it can be very scary to do. What I also see you manifesting is a possibility for union, which could be with a soul connection. I don't know if you've been wanting a soul connection to come in, or a better soul connection, or somebody that is aligned with you in the way that you need them to be or that you deserve. So we have two of these bridges, and they're both being connected by this sun. And I feel like you're manifesting somebody who's equal to you, but who's also drawn towards the sun, which I'm taking as drawn towards things that really light a fire under you, or that I just feel a strong want to grow with somebody. And what you're manifesting is somebody that you can grow with, somebody that's going to meet you where you're at, somebody that is going to be really healthy for you. And I also see with this gathering around the power of community, you're also manifesting your soul family. I don't know if you've been having a problem with your throat chakra for some reason. I don't know if that's something that's been happening to you. Your throat chakra could be going through an activation or a shedding. I was hearing re-shedding, but re-shedding, yeah. Going through sorry about my kitty. She's being very loud. She's excited this morning. Your throat chakra is going through a shedding of some type that's like you are starting to be able to speak the things that you want into being. I don't know if you have had a hard time manifesting previously to this, because you have so much mental chatter that it may have been kind of getting in the way. And I feel like one of the major things that's happening is you're releasing a lot of these negative thought patterns, and that is helping your manifestations become clearer. You're attracting, the Supermoon with attraction was calling to me too. You're attracting the things that are in a higher alignment with you, and things that are really beautiful, things that give you pleasure, things that make you feel good about yourself. But all of this is coming from a deep space of reflection and breaking down the things that don't serve you, breaking down the people that don't serve you, breaking down the pain and the resistance to growth that does not serve you. You're really calling in like something super beautiful, people that are really beautiful, places that are really beautiful, because you are finally releasing your resistance to wherever you're going next. A lot of the times we have to end things to start a new beginning. And I don't know if you just went through a period of ending a lot of things that aren't serving you, but that can be very scary to jump from releasing the things that don't serve you to jumping into, okay, where do I want to go to next? What do I want to see next? Who do I want to be around? And then working through the fears that surround that, because it can be very scary to go after things that you've always wanted, because I think that there's a fear of like failure here a little bit, and a fear of like something bad could happen, or I'm not safe, or something like that. I don't know what she's doing. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of breaking down of the ego that I'm seeing. And I think that you guys are doing a great job, and I think that it can be very overwhelming. And so again, I also feel you know what the advice that I was getting is sitting with your water energy. If your air energy is, you guys may be a fixed sign, or you could have a lot of air in your chart, but there's something here about the mental chatter being crazy right now. Not crazy, but like a lot, overwhelming. And so the more you can drop into your water energy, which is your feelings and your intuition, the easier this will be. And I don't know why I'm hearing this, but grieving is very important for you right now. Maybe grieving the things that didn't serve you, that you had to let go of, but also grieving like being comfortable in some way. And now you're like, okay, now I need to step up and I need to push myself into this next phase. And there's just, your guides are really encouraging you to keep going, keep pushing yourself. You've got this. And also being there for the parts of yourself that feel very scared about what the next step is going to be, and like, how are we going to do this? And I feel like positive affirmations can really help you. Like, I can do this. It's going to be okay. I'm going to work through this. And then tending to the parts of you that are feeling very overwhelmed and very scared about what's going to happen next. Because the fear of unknown is universal. We all have the fear of the unknown. That's like the scariest thing. And if you are a fixed sign, or you have a lot of fixed energy in your chart, it can be even more overwhelming to like move to the next step, or create, I don't know why I'm hearing create mutability. I don't know why. Or to be more flexible. And I also feel like you're manifesting flexibility and adaptability, and again, growing into a space. And once you do that, once you get to like always the before part of having something happen like this is more scary than what actually will happen. So what I'm hearing is that once you get into like whatever this next step is, that's really scary, it's not going to be as scary as you think it is. And you're going to be like, well, wow, why didn't I do that before? Like, this is not that bad. And so again, step into the next phase. You've got this. It's just reminding me of myself, because I have a job interview tomorrow, and I'm like, there's very strong parts of me that are very scared about this job interview, and like not wanting to do it, and resistance, and like, I don't want to do that. Like, that sounds too scary for me. And my inner child is freaking out, and I am doing my best to calm her and tell her that everything's going to be okay, and that I've got her, and that she's not alone, and that we can do this. And you know what? If it goes crappy, then it goes crappy. It wasn't meant for us anyways. And so like having those kind of fail safes is what I'm hearing. Like, not fail safe, but like encouragement from yourself about how hard this is going to be, and also encouragement of like, yeah, like I'm really scared about this, and like owning the fact that like you feel scared about whatever this next step is, and it's okay. And it just because there's fear doesn't mean it's wrong for you, and just because there's fear doesn't mean something bad will happen. It's just fear, and like you're learning about how to work through your fear, and I think that that's really beautiful. And learning to work through that fear is helping you manifest clearer. That's what I'm hearing the most. Okay, let's see what's going on with the tarot. You are manifesting equal give and take, Six of Pentacles. Equal give and take. Equality is what I'm hearing. Again, this reminds me of that relationship that I was talking about. Whatever situation this is, it could be work, it could be a relationship. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why my throat is all crazy. You are manifesting equal give and take through relationships, through maybe your work situation, through being compensated in some way. I just see these two as having like a very clear understanding of like what's going to you and what's going to me, and like, is this fair and is this equal? And that's what you're manifesting. You're manifesting fairness and equality and equal give and take. Death. There's a major transition that you're going through, a major life change. Whatever this next step is major, and it's also meant to help you heal. Again, I strongly feel like a lot of you are healing something major, like really, really major, like a major belief system or a major fear. You're healing something. And then the way we heal that is we go through this process of a massive change. And again, it's very scary. Yeah, there's an opportunity. This is what I'm feeling. There's some opportunity that's in front of you that is causing you to have to go through a major change, or an opportunity that you want even. But I feel like this is an opportunity coming in or here already. And it's asking you to step up. That's what I'm hearing. Asking you to step up and like deal with whatever it's causing you to go through, but also step into the new opportunity. Seven of Wands. I just feel like there could be a lot of resistance in going to this next opportunity from a part of you, not all of you. There's just a part of you that may feel very overwhelmed, very anxiety ridden about this. And a lot of the times when we have something like that happening, we want to step away from it because it just clears it out. Like, okay, if I just don't do it, then like it won't feel this scary. But your soul is calling you to step into this next spot and this next phase, and to be there again for the parts of you that are very overwhelmed by this. Knight of Cups. One more. Yeah, one more. Hold on, let me see what the Knight of Cups is about. Yeah, I don't know why, but there could have been something with somebody that caused you to be heartbroken. I hear either somebody that came in that caused you to be heartbroken, or an offer that didn't come in that caused you to be heartbroken. King of Cups. Interesting. We have the Knight and the King of Cups in the middle of heartbreak. It's weird because I see him splashing his cup over here. I don't know why. That's so weird. You know what? That might mean too that you are trying to get connected to your water energy and kind of get connected to grieving. I feel like what this is about is getting connected to grieving, getting connected to what has broken your heart before, and how can you learn about what broke your heart before and go into deep reflection about that, and then be able to come out the other side and be like, okay, this is what happened, right? Like this value I gave up, or this thing I gave up, or this thing I compromised on and I didn't want to, and how can I learn from that so that I can manifest a better relationship? Because what I feel this is about is manifesting a better relationship, a relationship that is more connected to your heart space, that's not going to cause you to be heartbroken, that's not going to leave you, that's not going to hurt you, like, you know, obviously you get what I'm saying, right? And I just feel you wanting to manifest something better and something in more of an alignment with you, and how you do that is getting connected to what broke your heart and what hurt you so much, and how do I move through this in a way that I understand what my values are and what I don't want to compromise on, and how do I put myself first, and how do I like put my self-worth as like the main thing. Like, how can I be with someone that's going to respect me, that's going to see my worth and see my value, and champion that, instead of being with somebody who makes me feel worse about myself or makes me feel better or activates my negative beliefs about myself. Because there's something here about somebody activating your negative beliefs about yourself and moving away from that and ending that and moving into wanting something better and wanting that to come in and manifesting from that space of wanting to come in. I just feel like, yes, come here. Okay, I'm gonna get some oracle cards. These are like so cute. This is the key deck, and it has like words on it, obviously. Okay, what are they manifesting? Whoops, that's a lot. Okay, full circle completion. You have chosen to learn from your mistakes and move forward, closing out the cycle. Every layer of yourself you acknowledge is a layer that served its purpose. You are now feeling your power by seeing your inner strength and determination pay off. Be proud of this moment and let it carry you forward. Also, what I'm hearing too, and what I'm feeling here too, is that like you moving through the resistance and like doing it anyways is going to get you connected to your strength, going to get you connected to this part of you that you may have not been totally aware of. Like, the more you push through and grow, the better you're going to feel. And this is a big moment for you because you just came full circle. And I hear closed out a cycle that was very painful and not good for you. And again, going through to the next cycle and not listening to the resistance and pushing forward anyways is also going to get you connected to your strength. And it's going to help encourage you even more. And you're going to be, again, at the end of it, you're going to be like, why didn't I do this before? Like, this wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. And again, getting connected to the parts of yourself that you have not been connected to before. And that can be the parts of you that are scared, but it also can be the parts of you that are empowering to you. Because sometimes when we have trauma or pain in our life, someone taught us that being in our power was bad, or being in our power caused like abuse or negativity or something like that. And the more you move into empowering those parts of you that were maybe pushed down by other people because other people didn't know how to deal with it or were taught that way or whatever the reason is, right? Doesn't matter. It's like getting more connected to how can I continue to empower myself in the way that I wasn't empowered by my parents or by others. And the more you do that and the more you grow that empowerment, the more you're going to have this ability to move through the resistance to growing or the resistance to like whatever's scary, whatever's the next step. And you're going to be able to move through that easier. It's not personal projection. Many times others project their own pain onto you. The situation is not personal, but rather an opportunity for compassion for yourself and the other person involved. Stop taking the blame by automatically thinking it's your fault. Have discernment of what you own, but also what isn't your problem. So there may be someone around you that projects onto you, and you may be learning about like what is mine and what is theirs, and what is their fear and what is my fear, and how do I continue to like come back to my own energy and like transmute. Again, this transmuting pain card is also about that, like transmute the energy that's not mine. I don't know why, but I feel like you guys are empaths or like take on a lot of energy. You could be reflectors in human design as well, or projectors, either one. But there's something about you taking on a lot of energy because it's like kind of one of your gifts is what I'm hearing. But also there's like something about like learning about boundaries. You are manifesting boundaries. You're learning about how to, it's funny because I've saw projection and like projectors, so I don't know, that could be a thing. It's human design. If you don't know which one you are, you can look it up on, there's a chart online you can look up. It's very interesting. Anyways, sorry, I got off track, but there's someone around you that could be projecting their own energy onto you. And this is about learning boundaries and asking again, is this mine? Whenever you have a feeling and you're like, what is this? Like, where is this coming from? I don't understand what this is. Like, ask, is this mine? Is this mine? Is this mine? And the more you ask and you get clear answers, you'll like start to realize, okay, this is not mine. Now, how do I transmute this? And a great way of doing that is by having compassion for, if it's like a really bad, like not bad feeling, but if it's a really not fun feeling, like, and you don't know how to like transmute it, like having compassion for the other person and what they're going through and being like, wow, this person actually is feeling like this. That's painful. That clears it out because you step into your observer compassionate mode and it kind of clears it out on its own. There's also like obviously things you can do like, you know, sage and Palo Santo and like clearing, even energetic clearing with selenite can help, but whatever. There's lots of ways to do this, but I think the first step again is like asking like, is this mine? And then like having that answer, and then seeing how you may be taking on someone else's projected pain without even realizing it, and learning again to how to place boundaries in place, energetic boundaries, and also physical boundaries if it's needed. Okay, partnership support. You are being guided to reach out to form partnerships and alliance to expand your vision and perspective. Take this time to see who comes into your life that is offering to assist with your endeavors. Asking for help often leads to accomplishing your goals more quickly. Interesting. I do feel like your soul tribe and or a partnership is coming in. That's what you're manifesting. And support. There's something about manifesting more support, manifesting people that support you, and like also supporting yourself. This is so strong, you guys. This is some big changes. Like you have the death card, which is Scorpio energy, which is like a massive change that is very uncomfortable. So, and you're working through it the best you can, and you're exactly where you need to be. And you're doing everything you can to love yourself. And I think that that's really beautiful. And again, you're manifesting some really beautiful things. So keep going, Pile 1. And I think that's all I have for you. And I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So for today's Pick a Card, we are doing What Are You Manifesting? And you pick the card, Eyes of the Eagle, Rising Above the Fray. Your other cards are 8, Crown Games, Right Use of Power. 62, Will of the Wisp, Treasures Hidden in the Shadows. 6, Cosmic Womb, The Divine Feminine. 53, Stranger Curiosity. 44, Supermoon Attraction. 36, Green Corn Moon, Patience. 11, Waxing Gibbous 2, Fear. 9, First Quarter Moon, Assessing. And 13, Waxing Gibbous 4, Will. So one of the first cards that really drew me to it was this card. And I don't know why, but like I feel like you guys are working through some major fears, like fears that you've had your whole life, fears that have been overwhelming, and you're kind of figuring out, I hear, how to wrangle it. I don't know why, but you're figuring out how to like manage the fears that you have, and it's getting you really connected to your self, your core being. And the fears may have been very confusing, and it has maybe been very overwhelming and hard for you to kind of see through the fog. But what I'm seeing is you breaking free of the fears that have held you back, and like moving through that, and like this, there's this opening up that's happening, and a lot of the fears could be assuaged by your spirituality, or by seeing things that are hidden in the shadows, and by being very curious. So it's just very interesting, because I was like, this card is really beautiful, and maybe you're just seeing something, you're assessing things in a new way, and you're in the observer role more than you ever have been in your life, is what I'm hearing. And it's through the work that you keep doing to be there for yourself, to find compassion for yourself, and to get to the core of what's really going on. Because I feel like one of the things you're manifesting is like you're working through all your fears, and then you're getting closer to your core, and that is leading you to figuring out your purpose more. And so what you are manifesting is a clear understanding of your purpose and your passion, and seeing how those fears have kind of held you back from that, or have made it hard to see. Like I feel like whatever the fears were, there was so many, and it was so overwhelming that you couldn't really get to like what the heck was going on. And you're finding that like through all the fears, you're finding the treasures hidden in the shadows, which is like treasures hidden through your fears. And like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's something about you growing through working on your fears, and that is leading you to figure out your passions and your purpose, and like what makes you tick, and like what you love, and where you want to go next. And also you're manifesting patience for yourself, which I think is really beautiful. And also I'm wanting to jump around a lot, but also your will, like there's something about you finding a hidden power, your hidden will. I don't know how to say that, but there's something about you finding the hidden power of your will. That's what I'm trying to say. And you're figuring out how to have the right use of your power. I also felt like your crown chakra may be very activated, and your throat chakra and your solar plexus. And I kind of see them all tandem working together to create a clearer picture, because a lot of this is about clarity, and it's about being in the divine feminine, which is all about your intuition and receptivity and seeing things as they are, not as you'd like them to be, and also attracting things from that space. There's an empowerment coming here. Like, there's this feeling of empowerment. And I don't know, I feel like whatever this was, these fears and this pain, whatever this was causing you to be held back in some way from your empowerment. And what I'm seeing is like you breaking through this wall of fears, this wall of stuff, and like kind of like releasing it and moving into like empowerment and like self-worth and confidence, and you still may be getting there, because I definitely feel a little bit of this like I don't know about that, right? But that's totally normal. And I just Spirit wants to seriously encourage you and give you such a pat on the back for doing this work that was so necessary for your soul and your human and your ego to grow into who you're meant to be. What you are manifesting is who you are meant to be, as like you in your power, like you feeling empowered, you moving from that space and moving into independence is what I'm hearing. Some of you may be trying to move into a place of financial independence, or just independence in general, of like being able to rely on yourself, not even just financial, but just like being able to like rely on yourself and trust yourself. Like you're gaining, what you're manifesting also is like self-trust. And again, patience for yourself and all the things that are around you, because I definitely feel like there's a lot going on for you guys. Like in general, maybe for the last couple months, you've been feeling like, God, there's just so much crap happening. There's so many things happening. And I don't know how to move through this, but you're moving through it, and I feel you coming out the other side. And I think that, I don't know, I just feel like you guys are maybe feeling more empowered now than you have previously in the last few months, but that right use of power, that feeling of empowerment is growing. And the more you work through your fears, the more that's going to keep manifesting for you. And I just see you being very curious about like, what are my fears? How are they holding me back? How can I work through them? How can I be there for them? And how can I have compassion for how hard this is? Like other people may feel like, oh, that's not that hard. Like you should be able to do that. But that's because you're not them and they're not you. And it doesn't matter if it seems hard to society. Sometimes we can have fears that are from a very, very deep space, and we don't always know why they're there. And it also could be from past lives, if you believe in that as well. And so sometimes we may be like, well, this fear doesn't even make any sense to me, because like everyone else is not afraid of this. Like, why am I? And it's like, there's a reason, and you're getting deeply connected to the very core of the reason of why that is, and working through that. And then again, being there for yourself and rising above the fray and seeing things from a bird's eye view, and being able to see like everything that's going on. Like I see like a it's almost like you're putting it down. You're opening up and you're backing out and seeing things from a higher perspective of like why these fears are here, and like that you working through them and releasing resistance to working through them is what's leading you to a place of empowerment. And I'm just so excited for you, and I just feel this strong sense of empowerment coming from you guys right now. My kitty's confirming it. And you are attracting, because of that, you're attracting people that are going to empower you. You're attracting situations that are going to help lead you into empowerment. And again, this is very scary if you've had trauma around or pain around people being like, you can't be in your power because of whatever, or like abuse that was because of when you were actually empowered, people abused you because of that. That also is like a thing that may be coming up. And it's like, again, keep working through it, keep moving forward. You've got this. And there's two faces here. And there's something about you seeing the face of something. You seeing the face, could be your own face, but I don't know if it's that. There's like something about seeing a face, seeing it for as it is. There's something about seeing something for as it is instead of how you want it to be. And the more you're moving into that space of acceptance of the way things are, and like seeing things clearly and not through a different like foggy lens, the more again you're going to feel empowered. It's really beautiful, guys. It's really, 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 really beautiful. And your will is part of this. Your sense of your power, your sense of where you want to go next, your will. Your will is changing in a way that's, again, I just hear empowerment. You're just stepping into such a space of empowerment. Okay, what's going on with the tarots? What are they manifesting, Spirit? You're manifesting some type of opportunity. Knight of Pentacles. An opportunity. Wow. You're manifesting an opportunity, but also something that's emotionally going to fulfill you. Knight of Cups. All about emotional wish fulfillment, things that you really like are connected to, that you really want. You're manifesting your wish fulfillment, but also it's like a wish fulfillment in a practical way. Knight of Swords. There's a lot of knights here. There's something about practicalness and also using your energy to go after your wish fulfillment. The Lovers. You could be also manifesting a relationship with somebody. Connection. The choice for connection is what I'm hearing. 10 of Pentacles. Wow, you guys, this is amazing. 4 of Wands. Yeah, you guys are manifesting from such an empowered space. You're manifesting a lot of things. You're manifesting somebody that's going to come in, that's going to be aligned with you, that's going to encourage you, that's going to be there for you and love you and respect you and grow with you. You're also manifesting a commitment, like there may be a time when you were like cool with short-term flings, but like that is not something that you're okay with anymore, or that you maybe never were in the first place. But there's something about you valuing yourself at such a higher level because of this stuff that you're working through, that you're calling in somebody that is going to, you don't want to have someone that sticks around for a short time. You want someone that's going to be here for a long time. And that's really beautiful. And you're calling in a long-term commitment with somebody that is in alignment with you. And something also that's going to, you're also calling in independence and stability for yourself, and like abundance. I hear abundance. You're calling in abundance. You may be actively manifesting something like every night. You may be getting more comfortable with manifesting. You may be understanding it on a deeper level than you have before. And because you're seeing it as it is and seeing how you can like use it to your advantage is what I'm hearing. You're manifesting some really beautiful things, an opportunity, a real world opportunity, that like a 3D opportunity you're manifesting. You're also manifesting the Lovers. You're manifesting a commitment. You're manifesting financial and resource stability, and you're manifesting your wish fulfillment. So like everything, there's something about you just like manifesting a bunch, and I'm just like, I just love it so much. Like it's really beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna get some of these beautiful cards. This is called the Key. I don't know why I really like these today. They're really beautiful. Okay, what are they manifesting, Spirit? Partnership support. You are being guided to reach out to form partnerships and alliances to expand your vision and perspective. Take this time to see who comes into your life that is offering to assist with your endeavors. Asking for help often leads to accomplishing your goals more quickly. There's something about you wanting to call in, again, partnerships or support that help you move through this even more. You might be getting a therapist for some of you, or you might have a therapist that you're going to, but there's also something about calling in more friendships, calling in your soul tribe, calling in people that are really, really like connected to you in a soul relationship way. Better boundaries, communication. Creating boundaries requires self-love and discipline. It's not about you shutting people out or being unkind. It is about you telling them you care enough about yourself to create boundaries that are for your highest good. Clear communication is needed to keep your boundaries intact. There's something about, again, creating boundaries. This is what I'm talking about. This empowerment that you are feeling, this empowerment that you are moving into is creating boundaries in yourself that you may have not had previously to this time, because you are working through so much. You are healing such a big, massive thing or things that you are valuing yourself in a new way. And because you're valuing yourself in a new way, that's creating boundaries like inherently, innately, like in you. Like you may just be feeling like boundaries where you have not had them before, but it's because you're stepping into such a place of confidence and self-worth that it's really beautiful. Okay, fun and adventure, joy. It's time to play and get reacquainted with your childlike self. Open up to your sense of adventure and fantasy. You've been way too serious and moving through the motions. Snap out of it and have some fun. So this is you manifesting more fun, more lightheartedness. You've just been through a major cycle of like overwhelming grief and pain and fear and like healing that. And so again, this is you manifesting more fun, more joy, more lightheartedness. And maybe that's a place that you've been stepping into more, like, how can I be more lighthearted? How can I add more fun? How can I seek adventure? How can I go after the things I want in a not as like as much of a serious way, but more in like a, this is gonna just bring me joy, and that's why I want to do this thing. Like, I just want to have fun. I just want to feel good. That's really beautiful. That helps raise your vibration. And again, I feel like you guys raised your vibration so much over the last few months. Like, it's kind of insane. Like, there's such a shedding of things that are just long-term things that have been in place forever. You're shedding that and releasing that. And because you're doing that, again, you are manifesting more clear, and you are moving into a lighthearted, more joyful energy, and your vibration is raising, is what I'm hearing. So, wow, guys, I am so insanely proud of you, Pile 2. This was really beautiful, and keep going. You're doing great. And I think that's all I have for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So for today's Pick a Card, we are doing What Are You Manifesting? And you pick the card 24 Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Your other cards are 26 Gathering Around the Power of Community, 3 Benefactor, Grace and Generosity, 21 First Breath, Beginner's Mind, 11 Deep Quiet, Meditation and Stillness, 33 Flower Moon, Blossoming, 25 Waning Crescent 3, Resistance, 20 Waning Gibbous 4, Beauty, 26 Waning Crescent 3, Surrender, and 8 Waxing Crescent 6, The Path. So what I feel like you guys are, what you're manifesting and where you're at right now is, I feel like there's this blooming that's happening. Again, blooming, and I just kept seeing flowers. Like, there's something in you that is blossoming, that hasn't blossomed in a long time, or you haven't, I don't know if you haven't been connected to it. You've always been it's always been there, but there's something about a seed sprouting and growing and becoming something super beautiful. And I saw with this card, the first breath, I saw like someone coming up for air and like taking their first breath. I don't know if you've been prioritizing your peace, but there's something here too about you prioritizing your peace and your quiet, your meditation, and surrendering to the flow, the ebbs and flow of life. And with this Resistance card, there's this right next to it, there's this blossoming flower moon, and there's like this shooting through into the Resistance card, and then you see how the Resistance card's blooming. So there's something about, because you're blossoming, or because you're not fighting, but like moving through the resistance and finding a way to be there for yourself through the resistance to things that help you grow, you're growing, and that growth is helping kind of push through that resistance. And you may be feeling like, I don't know why I didn't do this before, like, or, you know, why didn't I see that, like, just because I had resistance, it's not going to be as hard. It's not as hard as I thought it would be, is kind of what I'm hearing. But that's because anytime before we grow, it's like, there's hesitancy from our ego on being like, I don't know if I should do that, because if I grow that way, like, what does that mean? Like, what's that going to mean? How am I going to be? Like, what am I going to have to do that I don't want to do? Like, there's kind of that feeling here. But again, you are working through all of that, and it's blossoming you. There's something here also about manifesting somebody that can help you, that's going to be very gracious and generous in your life, that's going to help you like through very difficult things. And also you're manifesting the power of community and like stepping into relationships and community in a new way. And I just keep hearing blossoming and growing and becoming the flower. And it's something about Phoenix rises from the ashes kind of transformation that's happening. And it's through the surrendering in the spaces where you don't feel as good, and like surrendering to the feelings. Maybe what you've been feeling more lately is like, okay, I'm having this feeling, and like moving into it and accepting it and like looking at it instead of like shaming it or criticizing it. And through that surrender of accepting, like, okay, I'm feeling scared, like, how do I work through this? That's helping you blossom too. And I just feel like also you're manifesting a clearer path. You're looking, there's this girl here, and she's looking up into the path where she's meant to go, and like what that looks like. And there's something about through this blossoming, you're going to have a clear picture about where you're meant to go next, the path that you're meant to be on. It may have been very confusing previously to this. Like, I just feel like there may have been fog or like fears or something that was like kind of like blocking the vision of the path that you're meant to be on, or where you're meant to be going next. And I feel like what you're manifesting is clarity, and manifesting like a clear picture of like what that looks like. Where do I want to go from here? Like, what do I want? Who do I want to be around? Like, what do I want my life to look like? I just feel like there's a blank canvas right now, and you're like looking about, like thinking about and reflecting on like, what do I want to put on this blank canvas to like further my life, and where do I want to grow next, and who do I want to be next, and where am I looking? I just feel strong that you're like looking towards the future and wanting to paint it in a way that's beautiful, that serves you, that's in higher alignment with who you are and who you are becoming. Because I don't know if there's a situation where you still need to leave or something. That's what I'm getting. Still need to leave. That's kind of like, it's like a mirror that doesn't make you feel like that's what you want, or like that's who you want to be or where you want to go. It could be another person too for some of you, but or an environment. There's some situation or environment or person that makes you, it's almost connected to your old self is what I'm hearing. And like you're breaking through that and realizing through this mirror that you don't like what you see when you look through it. And that's not who you want to be when you look through it. And there's like a understanding and a deep breaking down and analyzing of like, what do I want my future to be, and what mirrors do I want around me? What do I want to feel when I'm in a relationship with a person? What do I want to feel when I'm in a certain environment? And wanting and desiring that. And it's, again, there's a little bit of a resistance around that as well, because it's scary to go through any kind of big change where you're leaving something very comfortable behind. It can be very hard to do that. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, and it's painful, and there's a lot of shedding that's happening. And I just feel like there's a shedding of your old self, and because you're shedding your old self, you're wanting different things, and that's scary. That's really scary, and that can cause a lot of resistance. But again, through you accepting and owning that you want something different, that is going to blossom through and kind of push this resistance out, and you're going to feel more comfortable. The more you keep blossoming, the more you're going to feel more comfortable with this new beginning that you're calling in. Because first breath, beginner's mind, like you're coming up for air. There's something that you want. There's something that you're desiring that is becoming more clear to you, and there's relief around that. And it's like stepping into that relief of, this is where I want to go, and this is what I want to do. Because I know that I'll have more relief in the situation. I know I'll feel more at peace. I know that I can be myself. And it's like you're stepping into that. So that's what you're manifesting. And it's just working through this transition stage of like going from this place where you don't feel as seen or heard or loved or whatever, and moving into this next space. You're in that middle of that transition. And so again, it can feel very confusing and scary, but again, just keep working through that. Keep getting connected to your desires, and keep getting connected to what's going to help you be the best human that you want to be, not what everyone else thinks. Because there's something about other people around you that maybe in your ear, I'm seeing like a little chittering in your ear, that maybe like, that's not where you should be going. But it doesn't matter what they think. But it may be hard to like get out of their mindset and into your own, because you may be having conflicting feelings about this anyways. So again, there may be someone around you that's telling you that this is not the way to go, but again, they're not you. And it's like, this is you getting really connected to yourself, and not about what other people think you should be doing, and moving into that space instead of the space of like, okay, what does everyone else want me to do? And I'm just going to do that because that's what I've always done, and that's what's comfortable. I don't know why I'm feeling this need to do Palo Santo right now. There's a strong need to like clear out some things that are not serving you. And it's through loving yourself that's going to help. I'm going to clear out with Palo Santo because I feel really strongly that like there's something in your like your solar plexus that's happening. There may be a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear and a lot of hesitancy around this new beginning. And I just want to clear it out a little bit, because, you know, the fear may be debilitating is what I'm hearing. And it won't always be like that. It won't. It's going to pass through. It's already passing through, because you're blossoming into someone. You're not blossoming into someone else. You're blossoming into a newer version of yourself. And through that blossoming it's going to be easier. You're manifesting more clarity. That's what you're manifesting. You're manifesting more clarity, more understanding, more like, and also like having the courage to go after the things that you want. That's what you're manifesting. The courage to move forward, the courage to go after the things you want, the people you want, the situations you want, the environment that you want, all of it. And that, again, is very scary because it's a lot of change. I just feel like I saw the death card right now. I didn't see it in here. I saw it in my head. But there's something about you going through a big life transition. 8 of Cups. Yeah, you're walking away. Again, there's the walking away card. Look at that. Looks look at how exactly like that looks so similar to me. It looks like almost the same card at the top. You see that? That's so crazy. There's something about even the power of community that will help you walk away from whatever's not serving you. And what also will help you walk away is getting connected to your spirituality and getting connected to, again, your higher self, your soul's mission, and like getting more connected to community and having people that can mirror back to you in a way that's healthy can help you understand yourself more. I just feel like you guys are wanting a lot. There's a desire for help here. Maybe from a certain person. I don't know. Page of Wands. Your passion is calling you to another space. You're being called to somewhere else. There's the clarity. There's a deep truth and a deep wanting of something that you don't have, and you have to walk away from what's not serving you to get to this point. And I think that you're in the middle of it. Like you're in the middle of walking away, or you may be trying to get up the courage to walk away from the things that aren't serving you. King of Wands. You have a natural disposition towards creativity and fire. You could be a fire sign. You could have a lot of fire in your chart. It doesn't have to be. But there's something about the more you get connected to your passion, your creativity, and your fire, the fire part of you, the easier this transition will be, and the more truth that will come to light. Get connected to your fire energy. You have it in you very strongly. I don't know if someone's dampened that down in you. Also, King of Cups. Yeah, this too. Also having a strong connection to your emotions. There's somebody around you or something around you or a belief system around you that has held you back from your fire energy and your water energy, which your fire energy is like your creativity, your passion, your confidence, and your water energy is your emotions, your intuition, your receptivity, your ability to handle difficult emotions and remain the observer instead of getting sucked into it. And there's something about an environment, a person, a belief system that has held you back from being in these two energies. But the more you empower yourself and the more that you get into your fire and water energy, the easier this transition is going to be. The more you get connected to your heart space is what I'm hearing too. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're manifesting a something small, but a very beautiful opportunity. You're wanting to manifest a newer opportunity. Again, this is like a baby step. I just like feel like you guys are like, I just need to do it in baby steps. And that is okay. That is totally okay. You have to go at your own pace. And again, coming up on these concepts that I'm talking about, it is so difficult to end something that has been with you for a very long time and to move into a new beginning, because there's a fear of the unknown. You're also leaving comfortability or being comfortable, and you're leaving what you've always known. That is so scary. But again, your heart, your higher self, your soul, and you know this, you're being called into a different space. And it's, again, getting connected to your emotions, getting connected to your water energy, your fire energy, and also getting connected to your purpose is what I'm hearing, and it will make it easier. And also, if it's hard to say something, I don't know why I'm getting this too, but if it's hard to say something and it's hard to say it, practice. I don't know why I'm getting this, but practice it with a friend. If you have a hard time telling someone something, or you have a hard time speaking your truth, there's something going on with your throat chakra, if that's the thing that's happening to you, practice it with somebody else, a friend, someone in your community, someone that you feel safe with. Practice it with them. Be like, this is the way I want the conversation to go, and then like have them play out scenarios, because there's something about you needing to be prepared and kind of like encourage yourself and talk yourself up to have this conversation, whatever this conversation is. So it's like, you can do this, just practice. Practice makes perfect, guys. Okay, let's see what you have. Creativity, discovery. One of the ways the divine wants to connect with you is through creative expression. It gets you out of your busy mind to feel, listen, and know how best to flow the energy through you. You're being called to tap into your creative side to reconnect and discover many talents. Be open to the process and let it flow without judging yourself. Again, that's your fire energy, your creativity. It's not personal projection. Many times others project their own pain onto you. This situation is not personal, but rather an opportunity for compassion for yourself and the other person involved. Stop taking the blame by automatically thinking it's your fault. Have discernment of what you own, but also what isn't your problem. This is, again, is that person. I feel like there's somebody around you that's like this, but it doesn't have to be. It could be your own voice, but there's something, again, about asking if this is mine. Like if someone's, talking to you but saying it's your fault, ask, is this mine? Or even the feelings. You may be an empath. You may be very connected to your feelings. And so if someone's feeling something very strongly, it overpowers you and you may think it's yours. Again, keep asking, is this mine? That has helped me so much. I do that all the time. I literally take on everyone's energy without wanting to, without realizing it. And the more I kept asking, is this mine? It creates a separation between you and the feeling, because you're like, oh, this isn't mine. Cool. And then having compassion, which it says right here too. Having compassion for the fact that this person's feeling that feeling without taking it on is very important too, because the more you can get into compassion, the more you're separating yourself from their feeling, and the more you're, again, having compassion for the other person. And it may be hard with whoever this person is. It may be very hard to have compassion sometimes, because I don't know, I just get this feeling like they haven't treated you that good or something like that. And so it may be very hard to get into a compassionate space with them. But again, it's a practice and it's a process, right? Okay, let's see. Decision in fear, control. Some decisions and choices that you have made are based in fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Then you're able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. This is exactly what I've been talking about. Exactly. There's this feeling of you making decisions out of fear. And again, your heart is calling you to leave it behind and move into something better, move into something that's more aligned with where you're growing. And again, this is practice makes perfect, taking the time to think and get connected to your heart and what you really want, and how can you act from that space instead of acting from a fear space. Because I just feel like for a lot of you, there's someone around you, could be part of yourself that's telling you that you can't do something, but there's someone around you that really is wanting to keep you where you're at and not where you're going. And so again, taking a step back and making a responsive choice rather than a reactive one, that's when you're going to be in your power and be in your own empowerment. And a lot of this is also just manifesting empowerment, manifesting a choice that you want, manifesting stepping into a space that you want to be in or a person that you want to be with, and pushing forward in that sense. And this is all a process. Take your time. You've got this. You're working through so much, and give yourself some compassion. Whew, okay, Pile 3, thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys liked my reading, and I will see you guys next time.